it would be good to listen to this with headphones on, but listening any way that you can give my voice your full attention is okay. This track contains hypnotic language, and you should only listen to it when you can close your eyes if you want to, and sit or lay down and really let go. I promised earlier that we would work with both your conscious and your subconscious minds, and now it is time to begin to work more directly with your subconscious using hypnosis. You may or may not be curious to know that the story of hypnosis is an old one, and like many ancient teachings, mostly forgotten. Looking back, records show that thousands of years ago the Chinese and Egyptians were practicing something that would today be described as hypnosis. And in Greece, there are remains of an ancient temple where a practice that matches our understanding of hypnosis took place. Those that explore the temple will find temple walls with carvings into the stones and rocks, carvings that are in fact testimonials from people telling of how their bodies healed due to the practices of that temple. It is not until much later in history, though, that the term hypnosis began to be used and studied by Western medicine. Many believe that it was the Scottish surgeon James Braid who began using the term hypnosis from hypnosis, the Greek god of sleep. This came from the mistaken notion that someone in a hypnotic trance is asleep. Talking of surgeons, it was James Esdale who is famous for using hypnosis back in the 1800s to perform painless surgery. In a time before drugs, he saved many lives because of his belief and use of hypnosis. For many reasons, hypnosis was generally forgotten in favour of chloroform and other drugs, but there are still times when hypnosis is used for surgeries, and there are plenty of studies to show how powerfully effective hypnosis is for pain relief and for healing. Our hope is that you may soon begin to explore and appreciate the power of hypnosis yourself. Being intrigued to listen some more is all that is required at the moment. So now we will begin to work with the subconscious part of your mind. In our normal speech, we often talk of the conscious and subconscious minds without really thinking what those words mean. Your subconscious mind is the key to those behaviours and thoughts that we do not consciously consider, and it exerts a powerful influence on your life. Your beliefs, your emotions, and your automatic behaviours all come from your subconscious mind, programmed by your lifetime of experiences and habitual conscious thoughts. And because of this, sometimes our subconscious mind benefits from a little conscious help, a little conscious reprogramming, because things change, and sometimes, as we grow, things that used to be true no longer are helpful or necessary. I'd like to invite you to set aside any stress of yesterday and set aside any fears of tomorrow, and just focus on now, and say to yourself silently or out loud, I am ready to change. I am ready to change. I am ready to change. And change is possible. When you were younger, you may have sucked your thumb, and now I doubt you do that. When you were younger, you may have believed your Christmas presents came from Father Christmas. And now, I doubt you do. And as we grow older, we continue to change. The changes in beliefs and habits may or may not be subtle, but they happen just the same. And one of the most effective ways of working with your subconscious and choosing to change is through hypnotic suggestions. And the best way to learn and understand this is to experience it. You are still listening, so you are ready to experience hypnosis and begin to notice the potential benefits. Now, many people falsely believe hypnosis is something that is done to them, like being whacked over the head with a large stick, something that would result in an unconscious or sleep-like state. The truth is that hypnosis, or trance, as it is often called, is a completely natural state, a state that can vary from a light trance to a very deep and sleep-like experience. Any pause you hear is just an invitation to go deeper into that experience. You will always be in control, and should you need to become alert for any reason, you will be able to. You may notice the difference right now, or it may not be until later, looking back, that you really begin to appreciate the subtle changes that comes with the state of trance. We unknowingly practice trance states all the time. When, for example, you notice that time seems to speed up or slow down, like waiting for a train or a phone call, where the minutes seem to pass slowly, or when we are enjoying ourselves and the time flies by, you are probably in a trance. Another example is when we are sat in one place and our mind drifts off and we daydream, or when you are reading a good book or watching a movie and become totally absorbed by the story, you are probably in a trance. There are many such examples of trance phenomena. Some people recall every word I say, while you may be surprised that you have lost track of time and simply feel more refreshed and uplifted after. Everyone has experienced trance, even if they are consciously unaware of it, and you will have your own unique experience. Not everyone goes into trance deep enough to notice these phenomena to begin with. Hypnotic practice might be required, and that just means that you will benefit from listening to this more often, so that you can learn to let go and relax when you hear my voice, and gently and gradually you will notice more differences in this than your normal awake state. So we can both wonder what it may be that you first notice that is different from your normal waking state. There are many ways to go into trance or hypnosis. Some involve asking you to focus on a spot on the wall. Some involve progressively focusing on each of your muscles as they relax. Some involve counting and using your imagination, and some involve simply listening and hearing the words I use. And in the end, they all have something in common. They all allow you to become absorbed on some internal process. Now, we all have our own unique everyday experiences of being absorbed, of being in trance. And any pause you hear is just an opportunity to become even more absorbed, to go even deeper into the experience. So in a moment, I'd like to invite you to allow yourself to simply find something pleasant that you can be absorbed in. Now, perhaps you will know this because you will remember to forget, or forget to remember everything I'm saying. Perhaps time can change. It might become more stretched out, or it might become more condensed, or you could just lose track of time altogether and be surprised when you look at the time after. Perhaps you will notice becoming oblivious to some part of your body. There are so many things that let you know you are going deeper into trance. One lady said to me once that she felt as if she had become all mind, while another gentleman likened it to becoming lost in a good book, losing all track of time. And talking of books, I'm reminded of the story of when I learned to ride a bike. I learned rather late in life, and a friend taught me. He often said it was just like paddling a kayak, which was something I could do very well. I can remember wobbling from side to side as he encouraged me to cycle around an empty school playground, going around and around in circles. It must have looked rather amusing, a grown man wobbling around a school playground on a purple mountain bike. It was only looking back I could see how right he was in saying it was similar to paddling my little kayak. Because the important thing is to look where you want to go, and then, with a bit of practice, you seem to get there. And I wonder if later you will be surprised that you are feeling so much more relaxed after listening. Gradually and gently, you soon may notice new beliefs that will empower you. And it might not be until the third or fourth time it happens. That you notice for the first time that you are more able to choose how you feel and what thoughts you give attention to, and where the attention of those thoughts lead. Because wisely choosing the thoughts you give attention to is more or less the same as looking where you want to go. And of course, riding a bike is similar to paddling a kayak, which is similar to driving a car, which reminds me of what my dad said when I was learning to drive. You need to look where you want to go, which is very true. When you're riding a bike, paddling a kayak, driving a car, even walking, looking ahead to where you want to go helps you get there. And it is good that you have decided to listen, because being here, hearing my voice, will help your conscious mind become familiar with the hypnotic state we call trance. You do not even have to consciously listen anymore, because it will be your subconscious that is responding, preparing you for the change that you would like to make in your life. It's time to change because you have decided consciously to listen to this track on this program. Your mind is open to the possibility that now is the right time for you to change some old thought patterns and behaviours that are no longer helping you, so that ultimately you can enjoy your life more. Someone once said that if we keep doing what we've always done, we keep ending up with what we've always had. And now you have decided to do something different, to listen to what I'm saying, and noticing the words I use, things will begin to change. And science tells us that change is happening all of the time. Amazing, really. Our physical brains wiring and rewiring constantly, strengthening connections or building new ones. So how much better would your life be if some of this change was aligned to your conscious desire for change? Could it only be a matter of time before you look back and notice how your life has changed for the better? I wonder if you may become curious about how listening to the words I say will help you to make the change you desire, because that is more or less the right thing to do. And it may not be until afterwards that you fully appreciate the moment that you began to change. So we can both wonder, because it's good to wonder, what will be the first thing that lets you know that you are beginning to create that change that you consciously desire? Believe in the process, and as you sit or lay, hear my voice and feel your body supported and safe, while you are recognizing that now is a good time to allow yourself to begin to really believe in your ability to change. The more you listen to this, the more you may consciously or subconsciously notice that your belief is growing. And whether you are aware of what your subconscious is learning or not doesn't actually matter, because in the coming days you may be surprised to notice how strong your belief is becoming. The growing belief that with a little conscious help you can direct any change you desire, growing like a seed of a wonderful flower, spreading out roots, naturally finding the nourishment it needs to grow stronger and stronger, hour by hour, day by day, changing in tiny, hard-to-notice ways. And it is not until we look back that we notice just how much change there has been. And we might wonder when you will notice the changes your subconscious is now producing. So if you could begin to open your mind to notice things in the next few days, notice things that remind you how powerful this practice of hypnosis is for you. How useful for you would that be? Whether it happens now or later doesn't matter. Just that you are curious to notice the benefits of listening to my voice and the words I use. In a moment, you will find yourself slowly returning to an awake state. Before we start, however, I would like to give you the opportunity to continue enjoying this experience for a few minutes. And at the time your subconscious mind understands that you will know what to do to allow your anticipation of this change you desire and the belief in the process to grow, even though your conscious mind may not even realize this, your subconscious mind will give you a sign by allowing your eyes to open. And when your eyes open, you will be able to sit quietly until you are wide awake and ready to continue doing what you want to do.